Welcome everyone to Tecumseh, Ontario for the second gold medal game between the Humber Hawks and the St. Clair Saints here on WeDigital.ca. I'm Justin Prince. We are joined for the top of the third inning. Both teams scored in the first inning. When it comes to Humber's side of the scoring, that came off a fielder's choice. St. Clair scored off a sacrifice fly. Fly ball to center field. Tracked down and tracked for the catch by Knowles. Picks up the first out in this top of the third inning. For those just tuning in, the situation is of this. St. Clair picked up a victory 11-6 to force this second gold medal game here in Tecumseh. They are looking for what would be their seventh gold medal in team history. Humber looking for their third gold medal in team history. Up at the plate, for his second at bat currently, is Hudson Lockwood, hitting it foul. First strike, 0-1 of this count. Pitcher he's facing is Brock Whitson. Whitson has appeared in a couple different matchups throughout this tournament, leading up to the start today. So far, he's picked up several strikeouts. That one too high, 1-1. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Lockwood fought in the order here in this inning by the shortstop, David Bodo. A 1-2. Too high. 2-2. Two and two the count. Chopped over to short. Played by Ray. For the words Robinson, but it's off line and off the bag. So a runner is aboard for Bodo. Bodo walked back in the first inning. Bodo playing shortstop. An 0 for 4 in the first gold medal game. First pitch, fouled away over top the metal screen, 0-1. The 0-1. Solid contact. Squeaks its way past first for the base hit. Runners at first and second now with one out. That'll bring up the DH position for this second gold medal game, Aiden Murphy. Aiden Murphy earlier today got run up for 9 earned runs as the starting pitcher. Later picked up 2 hits after moving to second base. Swings through that one to start, 0-1. Whitson taking his time. 0-1. Misses outside, 1-1. One and one. Got a touch, bit of contact for strike two. Today's umpiring crew: Kevin Johnson leading behind the plate, DJ Small, Steve Gomes on the base paths for the second gold medal game. Whitson taking his time still. 1-2, too high. 2-2. In the semifinal yesterday, Whitson appeared for an inning, allowed 3 runs, 2 earned, to strike out and a walk. 5 at-bats and 7 batters faced total. 2-2. Chopped over to second. Over to first. Pick up. Fielder's choice. That brings up Turner. Runners at second and third as a result of the contact for Turner. Jacob Turner at fielder's choice. Back in the first inning. Tell the wind gust starting to pick up a little bit here in this third inning. First pitch too high. 1-0. Foul back, 1-1. Turner amongst the litany of first-team All-Stars this year. Self, Hudson, Lockwood, Brandon Deans, David Bodial. Amongst the first-year nominations, or first-team nominations, should say. 1-1. Make it 1-2. One and two, count it, strike 3. And the side is retired. It's the end of the inning. 4 strikeouts so far for Whitson. So we head to the bottom of the third inning, tied at 1 in the second gold medal game.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee creamy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, What can't milk do?
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh, Ontario, for the bottom of the third inning between St. Clair and Humber, and the battle for the gold medal for 2022 at the OCAA Men's Baseball Championship. Continuing to prepare for this bottom of the inning is your starting pitcher in Hayes, Ronan Hayes. Ronan Hayes, his first appearance in this tournament, had 4 appearances and 2 starts in the regular season, 3 wins and 11 2/3 innings of work, allowing 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 17 strikeouts, and 9 walks at ERA of .6. We're facing the 1-2-3 hitters to begin this inning. Leading things off, Ethan Pullos, the center fielder. Followed in the lineup by one of the top hitters, Hunter Appleyard. And by the DH spot, Henry Reel. 0-2 the count. The 0-2. Tips it away. Stays 0-2. Those last time up in this game, back in the first inning, struck out. Player today also picked up a couple hits in the winning effort. Skied up in the foul territory down the left field line. A dive and a catch. What a sprawl by Brody. Ryan Brody had to dive all the way back on a half leap, able to pick up the first out of the inning. That brings up Appleyard. Appleyard, 1 for 1 in this game, pulls back the bunt to start, 1-0. Appleyard, second best batting average in the regular season. Amongst the St. Clair first team All-Stars, Appleyard, Josh Anderson, along with Evan Ferguson, nominations. 1-1, now the count. Hayes gets his sign. The 1-1. Swing and miss on one down low. 1-2. One and two. Chopped over to Brody. Brody bobbles it and muffs it. It rolls all the way past Brody, but short. And a runner is aboard as a result of the blooper with 1 out. Hit currently credited on the play, interestingly enough. But Reel comes up. Reel swings through it. Still in pace by Appleyard. Move him in scoring position. 0-1 the count. So Appleyard at second for the 0-1. He'll hit last time. He hit solid contact to center. Tracked down by Groves for the second out. Two outs. Now in the inning. That brings up Cohen Robinson. His original slot. A pinch hitter has been called in. Remember, for those who watched the first game, Robinson had been dealing with a hand injury. Josh Hodwagner has has now been brought in. He comes in with a hit to short. In for an infield single. So solid contact coming in from Humber. Puts runners now at the corners with two. Up to the plate, Finley. Owen Finley, this year's Rookie of the Year. It's talked about in the last game. He's also an assistant captain for the local junior B hockey team, the LaSalle Vipers. He's a defenseman for that team. The team congratulated him on social media for the accomplishments on that side of the sports. Meanwhile, a rundown. 1 run scores. Now the rundown between first and second, called safe. They say there was no tag on the run. And now with the second appeal, the out has been called. So we'll have to see how this gets played out on the score end of itself. After 3 innings of play, you're watching We Digital for the second gold medal game here in Windsor.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
Email from school about the incident today.
Scary.
You know, teachers like me, parents, we don't always know as much as you guys do about what's going on with other kids.
Half the time, it's rumors.
Yeah, but if you're ever concerned about a friend who's having trouble with alcohol, prescription drugs, anything, you need to tell an adult, someone you know and trust. That can be hard, but speaking up about a problem is what helping a friend is all about.
No. I never smoked any. Sure, I smoked.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh. As we start the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1 is the score. The run that had slid in at home was ruled safe and scored previous play. White, Groves, and Brody leading things off. White already with an 0-1 count. It's a part of the 3 straight strikeouts Whitson had in the last couple innings. Whitson. 0-1. To right field. Played by Appleyard. The first out of the inning. Quick first out. That will bring up Groves. Groves over 1 today with the strikeout, as mentioned with the streak. Solid contact right field this time. Appleyard can't get to it though. And that is a 1-out single for Groves. That brings up Brody. No movement yet in the pen. See a bit of the backdrop there. Few pitchers are standing by the door, though. Get in. Meanwhile, looking to get on is Brody, who struck out last time up in second inning. Goes back to the initial shown bunt, missing for a ball, 1-0. Brody, a couple walks, a hit, and a strikeout earlier today. 1-0 the count. Fouled up towards the grandstands. 1-1. Tell some of the shadows really covering parts of the ballpark at this point. Visibility had been a concern in left field during the first gold medal game, especially with two mistakes from Lockwood in that top of the first. 1-1 for this count. Missing. 2-1. Runner at first. 1 out. Top of the fourth inning. It's time. Popped up. Looking to track it down as Finley. And Finley does get the out. That will bring up the catcher, Tyrus Bath. Bath, 2 strikeouts earlier today, as well as a single and a lineout. Starting off with a throw over to first, called safe. Keeping Groves at bay on the first base bag. First pitch. Solid contact, left center field. This could be trouble. Extra bases coming for Bath. 1 run waved home. Bath celebrates. It's a stand-up double. And we're tied at 2. And almost the entire dugout coming out to help the celebration. Result of the play. 2-2 the score. Caleb Ugren. 0-for-1 flyout last time up in the third inning. Starts off in for delayed strike 1. Runner at second. 2 outs. Top of the fourth inning. Massive lead at second, but a missed ball. 1-1. Whitson not liking his signs. Forced to walk off. Whitson very selective on his preferences here. 1-1. Way high on the fastball. 2-1. Check back over to Bath at second. Bath, massive lead. The ball skied up to Appleyard. Takes the play. And the side is retired. So another run brought in by Humber. 2-2 your score. As we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, you're watching WeDigital.ca.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee cremmy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
Look over to the first baseman, Turner, as part of the warm-ups for the bottom of the fourth inning. Justin Prince with you here on WeDigital.ca, here with this second OCAA Men's Baseball Championship gold medal game. Finley, Ray, along with Busa, all due up for St. Clair. Those batters so far combined 1 for 3. This respective matchup. Again, the bottom of the fourth inning. All set, Finley. Finley, 0 for 1 performance so far in this game. Grounded out to the shortstop. Starts down low, 1-0. One and 0. This time fastball, this time missing. 2-0. Two and 0, fastball again, called for strike one. Two and 1, fastball missing again, 3-1. Carter Ray on deck. Fastball again, this time misses. Finley is aboard with a leadoff walk. No movement in the pen yet from Humber. Midway point of this matchup. Both teams with 5 hits and 2 runs, keep in mind. Coming up to the batter's box now is Carter Ray. Ray flew out to center in the second inning. Tries to bunt it away, instead a wild pitch. Finley moves up a base. Let's move him to second. That's the result. Oh, and 1, the count up at the plate. Hayes. Now, foul ball this time. 0-2. Setting up for the 0-2. And again, trying to bunt this time. Called strike 3. 2-strike bunting, not the most optimal strategy there. Busan now coming up to the plate. Busan, 1 for 1 so far. Starts off fastball missing inside. 1-0. One and 0. Chopped over to third. Bounced around, and Brody can't keep a hand on it. Runners at the corners as a result of the play, with 1 out. That brings up Spencer Morin. Another hit credited, interestingly enough. No errors credited so far. It's Morin. Better the fielder's choice. Pulls back the bunt. No. Called strike 1. Runners at the corners here. 1 out. Morin, left center, in for a base hit. A run comes in to score. St. Clair takes the lead. It's 3-2. With Finley slams down the foot in part of that celebration in turn. Brings up Kratz. Kratz 0 for 1 so far. Back in the second inning. Flew out to right. To White. Up the middle. Straight to second base. And the force at second. And the throw to first. For the double play to end the inning. Once again, 3-2 your score. After 4 innings of play, St. Clair with the advantage on Weeds Digital.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Yeah, have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Tecumseh as we enter the top of the fifth inning. Between St. Clair and Humber, second gold medal game. Top of the inning, due up this time for Humber, Lockwood, Bodio, and Murphy. St. Clair with the advantage, 3-2. So far in this one. Mainly with the 2 hits picked up, including Morin single. Up to the plate this time, Lockwood. Lockwood, so far 2 for 2 today. Both singles. Starting off with hard contact. Left center. Morin going back. It's to the warning track. Looking to pick it up in the throw. Poulos. It's a stand-up double to lead off the inning for Lockwood. So Lockwood 3 for 3 now. With the runner at second, that brings up Bodio. See the smiles from Lockwood. Bodio 1 for 1 with a walk. Decent lead at second. First pitch. Starts off low on the off speed. 1-0. Whitson looking back. 1-0. Off speed again, missing again. 2-0. Get a runner at second. No outs here in the top of the fifth inning. St. Clair holding on to a 1-run advantage. Whitson setting up the 2-0. Way high. 3-0. St. Clair is starting to warm up the pen a bit. So is Humber here. 3-0. That one just in for strike one. And it looks like the coaching staff being brought to discuss things. That is the pitching coach, Kareem Cabrosely, coming out. Checking out the mound as part of the discussion with Whitson here. So far, 5 total hits allowed in the ball game. Trying to find some time for the pen. Keep in mind, 3 different injuries and a lot, and I mean a lot, of St. Clair pitchers utilized throughout this tournament. They've utilized at minimum 4 a game. It's the first time this tournament they haven't had a pitching change by this point. 3-1 the count. It one. Skied foul down the right field line. And it does drop for the full count, 3-2. Player in the pen of note for St. Clair's side is Michael Hamlin, the setup man for St. Clair this season. Full count, 3-2, strike 3 on the swing of the miss. Runner still at second, 1 out now. That will bring up the DH, Murphy. Murphy so far 0 for 2. Got it out last time. Way high. Kratz having to get one nearly above his glove and head. 1-0 the count. Look at Lockwood at second. One and 0. High again, not as high, 2-0. Baker lead at second, the 2-0. Bouncing back off speed for strike 1. Dalton Brownlee warming up for Humber in their pen. 2-1, make it 2-2. Murphy brought down to his knees on the swing and the miss. Two and 2. Count it. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. The ever-growing crowd. Seeing if Whitson can keep this up. Runner still in scoring position at second for Turner. Turner earlier today hit a home run to left center field. Starts off speed in, strike 1. One from Whitson. Misses the top part of the zone, 1-1. Tries to hit the top again, missing the top again, 2-1. Whitson gets the sign he wants. 2-1. And a dunk down below it, 3-1. Hitters count 3-1 for Turner. Turner takes the ball. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. That brings up the right fielder, White. Dylan White, 0 for 2 so far. Flew out last time up. Starting things off, getting a piece of it foul, 0-1. Turner at first, Lockwood at second. One. Down into the dirt. Both runners advance on the pass ball. 1-1 the count. Runners at second and third. One and one. Solid contact. Down for a hit. And the Humber Hawks bullpen and dugout go crazy. Run comes in, and the celebration picks up with the response. A stand-up double. Brings in a couple. In the fifth inning. 4-3 now your score. And a pitching change for Whitson. So Whitson can't break out of the jam. So Michael Hamlin, I'll be relied upon to try and stop this run. Hamlin, 2/3 of an inning of work yesterday in the semis. 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and he also had a hit batsman. 6 batters faced. Had 18 pitches yesterday. Look over at the Burt Lacoste Park scoreboard. 7 hits apiece, a huge double, 2 doubles in fact, picked up by Humber to now dictate their control of this one. An OCAA championship weekend for mental sports. Talked about earlier today, softball team for St. Clair College went a perfect 32-0 in 2022 to pick up their first gold in 8 years. They picked up the victory for Zip over Durham down the highway in the Forest City, London, Fanshawe campus. Now brings up Groves. Groves, 1 for 2, last time a single. Runner at second. 2 outs. This one dribbled over to third. Played by Finley. Play made over at first by Hudvegner. The side is retired. But the Humber Hawks respond. It's 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. You're watching We Digital for coverage of the OCAA gold medal game.
Email from school about the incident today.
Scary.
You know, teachers like me, parents, we don't always know as much as you guys do about what's going on with other kids.
Half the time, it's rumors.
Yeah, but if you're ever concerned about a friend who's having trouble with alcohol, prescription drugs, anything, you need to tell an adult, someone you know and trust. That can be hard, but speaking up about a problem is what helping a friend is all about.
No. No. I never smoked any. Sure, I smoked a bit. But it was more your mom who was into it. Pot grows naturally, but it won't help you grow as a person.
Talking cannabis with your teen can be learned. Download our free brochure.
You know what? Poison ivy grows naturally, but it's not good for you, is it?
Find the answers you need at drugfreekidscanada.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh. As we are in the midst of the bottom of the fifth inning. Up the plate is Poa Powell's. 3-0 count, moving to 3-1 with one tight. Powell's Appleyard reel due up. 3-1, misses, and the tying run is at first now to lead off the inning.
Right fielder number 23, under Appleyard.
That brings up Appleyard. Appleyard, 2 for 2 today. Stolen base, back in the third. Down to the dirt to start, 1-0. Lights now onto the park. Fastball upstairs, missing 2-0, and a balk is called. Kevin Johnson moving all the way up to Hayes. 1-0 still the count as a result of the balk. Runner at second. Nobody out. The 1-0 in for strike one. And still at work. The 1-1. Corner swing, 2-1. Two and one. Fastball in for strike two. Hayes setting up. 2-2. Squared up. Towards right field. And off the top of the glove of White. Runners now at the corners with nobody out. And here comes Troy Black, the head coach for Humber. Looks like the pen doors may open here. And yes, indeed, that's the end of the day for Hayes. The first error of the game credited on the play for White. Coming in is Dalton Brownlee. Look at the celebration, though, for Hayes. 3 runs allowed, 7 hits allowed. Picked up a couple strikeouts. Had 2 walks. So Dalton Brownlee, who second most innings of work in the regular season, one depended upon 5 starts, 5 appearances, a 4-1 record. 22 in the third innings of work. 24 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned, 8 walks, and 28 strikeouts for an ERA of 4.07. Currently looking towards St. Clair's dugout. Despite how dark it can be with the shade. See some of the players keeping loose. They've been banging on parts of that fencing. Staying pumped up as this rally is picked back up in this back and forth, pendulum swing affair. They just prepare. Remember, the grandstands you're currently looking at will be replaced after this tournament's complete. This is the last game for those grandstands that have been around since the 1950s here at this ballpark. So Rio due up next. Brownlee is complete for his warm-up. Runners at the corners, no outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. Bentley starts off, fastball too high, 1-0. Watched, 2-0. Two and 0, foul back. 2-1. This one chopped over to short. Played by Podio. Over to first. Brings in a run, and the game is tied. Runner up to second as a result of the sequence. One out. On Wagner. Last time up, single. Looks to add another, and does to left field. Runners at the corners. And the game-leading run is now at third here in the bottom of the fifth inning. That brings up Finley. Finley fouls it to his team's dugout. First strike, 0-1. Brownlee sees it fouled away to the street. Look out, passing van. 0-2. It appears the van that had nearly gotten hit has stopped. 0-2, up on the field of play. Over to second. Over to first for the double play. It goes off into the dugout. And it's out of the field of play, so advance a runner. Matchner already making his way over to the dugout. So runner currently at first. He will up the plate. It's Ray.
Shortstop number 19, Carter Ray.
Ray, hard contact to the gap, left center. And here comes the chance, St. Clair to extend the gap. Missing the tag. It's now 6-4 on the RBI double. Ray with very strong contact. Extending the gap further with 2 outs now in the inning. And it looks like a potential injury over at short. Bodio is currently reaching for his right arm. Keep in mind, Bath had scared yesterday with contact to the helmet 2 times. Semi. Again, 6-4 your score. St. Clair with 3 runs in the inning. Two outs in the frame. Training staff is currently checking on Bodio. And it looks like Bodio is being brought out of the game. So Bodio being brought out due to an injury, what appears to be the right arm for the shortstop. This will force a change to Esteban Rodriguez. Rodriguez moved to left. So shuffling Lockwood. It's moving over to third. It looks like Brody is moving to short. So just about to get back rolling. Up at the plate, Huson. Sun starts, so it's 1 in the dirt, 1-0. He's 2 for 2 in this game, both singles. The 1-0. This time off speed missing, 2-0. Two and 0, foul tipped, 2-1. Runner at second, 2 outs. This time missing, 3-1. The 3-1. Too high. Take your base. Huson walked aboard. Runners now at first and second here for Morin. Morin 1 for 2 so far. Single last time. Starts off fastball in, strike 1. The 0-1. Solid contact, left field, looking back after it. Rodriguez can't get to it. 1 run scores, his second run waved home, and St. Clair balloons the gap. It's 8-4. And another double in the inning. St. Clair has brought 8 batters to the plate and brought home 5 of them. No motion yet for a change in the pen here for Brownlee. Is up to the plate, the catcher, Kratz. Kratz hit into a double play last time. Brownlee stepping off. Now he gets the sign he likes. First pitch. Speed missing. 1-0. Big lead at second. 2 out still. 5 runs come in this inning to score. Fouled away, 1-1. Taking his time. 1-1. Skied up by Kratz, but out of reach in foul territory. That lands amongst the trees. 1-2. One and two. Count it. Strike 3. And Kratz has sat down on strikes, and the side is retired. But St. Clair takes an 8-4 lead to the top of the 6th inning. You're watching We Digital for the OCAA Gold Medal game. Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh for the top of the 6th inning. Gold medal game for the OCAA and Baseball Championship. St. Clair leads 8-4. Brody Bath. That's the first two due up third. Brody setting up by the plate. to face off against Hamlin. It's 0 for 2 today. Starting things off with a strike, 0-1. Chopped over to third. Played by Finley. Bobbled by Finley. And tracked all the way past the mound for a moment by Finley. So an E5 potentially coming up on the play. Puts a runner at first for Bath. Again, top of the 6th inning. First base runner already aboard here for Bath. Last time Bath came up, it was an RBI double that electrified the dugout for Humber. A hit has been credited on the last play. Strikes to start, 0-1. Oh, and 1 the count. The 0-1 swings to the off speed, misjudging it. 0-2. To the count. Hamlin, the pitch. She's got a piece of it for the foul. 0-2 still. Two still. Sun starting to really set down here at Lacoste Park. The 0-2 again. Strike 3, swing and a miss. Stolen base. Throw goes offline. So Brody gets to second and scoring position now with an out. So take the double play out of the arrangement. That brings up Egerin. Egerin, 2 flyouts so far in this game. He's flown out to center. He's flown out to right. The wind's currently gusting to left. Starts off fastball too high, 1-0. Runner at second. 1 out. 1-1, now the count. One and one, and a little bit of a dance move. 2-1. Looking for a sign he wants, gets it. 2-1. Swings through it, 2-2. Warming up in the bullpen for St. Clair, Sam McKinley. Two and two. Working forward. In, strike 3 on the swing through. Back-to-back strikeouts by Hamlin. That brings up Lockwood. Starts off with contact to the gap towards left center. Tracked down, however, by the center fielder Palos. The side is retired. After the top of the 6th inning, 8-4 the score. Darkness illuminating over the ballpark. You're watching We Digital.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee creamy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh. As Cam Hibbs, the fifth-year player from Brampton, has been brought in from the pen. It's after a rough performance for Dalton Brownlee. We're seeing St. Clair jolt their way with 9 batters coming up and 5 runs coming in. Face the top of the lineup. The Willows lead things off, followed by Appleyard and Reel. Willows leading things off. Still looking for a first hit. Starts off with the strike, 0-1. The 0-1 missing. 1-1. One and one. Chopped over to first. And a 3 unassisted for the out. That brings up Appleyard. Apologize for the current technical difficulties. Work our way to the next batter currently, Appleyard. Appleyard, so far, reached via arrow line, 2 singles as well. Starts off speed, didn't even pick up the bat. Strike 1. Oh and 1. Off speed again. Strike 2. The 0-2 from Hibbs. Reaches at it in the dirt, fouls it away though. 0-2 still. The 0-2 again. Too high. Throwaway pitch there. 1-2. One and two. Solid contact. Out to left field. In for a base hit. When the outfielders run into each other. So Appleyard stretches it to extra bases. With one out in the inning. So Appleyard board with an extra base hit. So that brings up Henry Reel. Time. Should call it at first, and they will give an intentional walk instead of a conference for that. So Reel to first, Appleyard to second. Coming up, Hudvekner. Two runners aboard for the first pitch. Too high. Fastball. 1-0. Out to center. Backing up is Groves. Makes the play. Take up from second to third. So runners at the corners with two outs. That brings up Finley. Finley looking for his first hit in this game still. Starts off, fastball in, strike one. One from Hibbs. Solid contact to right field. Back it goes, off the fence. One run comes in to score. It's a stand-up double with two outs. Appleyard, the runner who comes in, and the gap expands to 5 runs ahead, 9-4. St. Clair has now scored runs in the past 4 consecutive innings. Played it's Ray. Ray watches the bouncing ball, covered up though by the catcher Bath. 1-0. Off speed in for strike one this time. 1-1 the count. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. You're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1. Speed again, this time missing. 2-1. Two and one. Fastball missing the top corner. 3-1. On deck, Busan. This one foul tipped away. Full count, 3-2. Hibbs forced to back up. Regrouping for the 3-2. The payoff pitch. Slap up the middle, base hit. 1 run comes in. Runners now at the corners on the RBI single. So Finley now at third, and Ray is now at first base for Busan. And the pen is getting to work now for Humber. Starting things off with a swing through, 0-1. Ten to 4 your score. 13 hits now for St. Clair. Today alone, including the semi, or rather the previous game. Double-digit hits in both. That one watched 1-1. The 1-1. Off speed in for strike two. One and two. They go around. No, says the first base umpire. 2-2. Two the count, 2 outs, 2 runners on base. As Hibbs walks off for a second time. Two and two. Just misses inside. 3-2. Full count, 3-2. Morin on deck. The payoff pitch in the dirt. And the bases are loaded on the walk. And Troy Black is now coming out from the dugout. Bases are loaded, and Hibbs has been hooked from the game. So Hibbs is now done. Cannot escape to get a third out in the inning. The lead ballooning. Additional few runs this frame. Appearing for the second time in this tournament, now up on the mound, is Maxim Skoropadsky. Maxim Skoropadsky, second appearance, previously appeared to just get a single out yesterday in the semifinal. He walked a batter, struck out a batter. He tries to complete the goal of getting one more out with the bases loaded to try and help his team have any chance at a top 7 rally. So left-hander looking to warm up. So on deck is Morin. Kratz, if necessary, falls next. So Morin just about all set to make his way up to the plate. Morin, 2 for 3 in this game. Last time up, a double in the 5th. Starting things off with a lot of velocity there. A check to the second umpire. Ball 1 called. One and 0. A little slower on the tempo. 2 and 0. Two and 0. This time, fastball in, strike 1. St. Clair's pen starting to work its way forward now, too. Henry Reel working to the pen. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. One and 2 the count. Up high on the fastball, 2 and 2. And the bases are loaded. 2 outs. 2-2 the count in the bottom of the 6th inning. Skoropadsky sets up. 3-2. Count it, strike 3. It gets out of the jam with the side retired. St. Clair just 3 outs away from another gold. We head to the top of the 7th right after this.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh. St. Clair, 3 outs away from what would be their 7th gold medal in 9 years of OCAA baseball play. They'll be depending upon somebody who they found to be a spark plug out of the pen in tight situations towards the end of the regular season, Henry Reel. Reel, usually a catcher and a first baseman as well as a designated player, coming out to pitch. For the heart of the lineup, Bodio, Murphy, Turner, due up 2 through 4. Coming in is a pinch hitter to start things off, Giuseppe Ciccia. Starts off in for strike 1. Keep in mind, this is in the spot for Bodio, who came out with an injury previously. 0-1. Oh, and it hits him. And he is not happy about being hit by that pitch. So a runner now at first. That brings up Murphy. Hayden Murphy 0 for 3 today. Struck out last time. Starting off with a strike again. 0-1. When a pinch runner is now being called in. Jack St. Louis is being brought in. He's a first-year player from Mississauga. So trying to utilize some speed with the 0-1 count now. One through it, 0-2. Already another pitcher warming up in the pen for St. Clair in the backdrop. Field gets his sign. The 0-2. Foul back. As it ramps its way back to where it came from. 0-2 still. Stepping off. Replacement ball. St. Louis at first. No outs, top of the 7th. Humber trails by 6. The 0-2. Got it, strike 3. And Murphy struck out for the first out of the inning. That brings up Turner. Turner looking for his first hit in this game, but did have a home run earlier. A 2-run bomb to left field. Real checks over at first for a moment. First pitch. Fastball in, strike one. Reel the 0-1. Swing and miss, strike two. Rio looking for a sign. Looks to regroup before the 0-2. Silence starting to become deafening for the 0-2. Strike three, back-to-back Ks. And Humber is down to their final out. And Humber is down to their last chance. Up at the plate is White. White, 1 for 3, doubled last time up. Starting off with a foul ball, strike one. Real sets up the 0-1. Forced to regroup. Oh and 1 from Real. Swings through it, and Humber is down to their final strike. Real gets the sign he likes. 0-2. Contact over to short. For the force at second. And the out is gone. And St. Clair wins its 7th OCAA championship in 9 years. St. Clair gets the job done on its home field. We're at Burt Lacoste Park. 10-4, the final score. St. Clair having to get the job done by coming through the bronze medal game to pick up the victory in the second gold medal game. Humber picks up another silver in their team's history. Back-to-back silver medalists. With that, we'd like to thank you for tuning in for tonight's action here from Burt Lacoste Park and throughout the week for the OCAA Men's Baseball Championship. I'd like to remind you to be able to tune in to the OFC Championship game taking place in just a few moments' time. You can catch that action starting right now here on WeDigital.ca. For the Restroom crew, I'm Justin Prince saying so long. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Congratulations to Humber and St. Clair, your silver and gold medalists respectively for 2022.